Dude has got some crazy, crazy hands. But coming up, we're going to go through your Friday fan feels here on Locked On Sooners.
You are Locked On Sooners, your daily podcast on the Oklahoma Sooners. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Once again, thanks for making Locked On Sooners your first listen every single day. Shout out to all the everydayers out there. Tune in and subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Also, remember, every Saturday this fall, we will break down the game with our live postcast here on the YouTube channel. The audio feed will drop after we record, but we'll have you covered with live reaction for every single game this fall. All Friday, or every Friday, as well, we're going through your feelings. How are you feeling about the Oklahoma Sooners? We'll do it through fall camp, and then as we go each game week, it'll be reaction to the previous week, excitement for the week ahead. We'll do that on YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed to Locked On Sooners on YouTube. But here is this week's first Friday fan feel. This one comes from Tony Yates. He says, if we can play consistently like we played against Alabama last year, we could beat any team and go undefeated. And if we keep that real positive, high energy level like Mateer has. He went on to say, we only have so many characters. He went on to say that everybody's got to donate that high level energy every single day for this team to be really, really good.
Undefeated's a little bold there on the take right there. A little hard on the Beaver. Went a little hard on the Beaver there. But hey, I like the enthusiasm. I like the excitement because, you know, it would be nice if we would get some of you fans on the train of believing of an undefeated season. Look, fandom is very tough for all of us because being a fan means that you have to have a slight amount of delusion regardless. Think about it. There's people that are fans of, you know, teams like Rutgers. Right? You got fans at all these random schools out there. Hey. And, you know, so in that case, Missouri hasn't won a championship ever. So you've got fans that actually follow that still nonstop and talk a lot of smack. But I digress. You got to have a little delusion. And it's good that some fans are starting to jump in the water with us because I do believe that there is a chance that Oklahoma could, shock a lot of people. Period.
What is fan short for, Jay? Fanatic, right?
Fanatic.
There's nothing reasonable about being a fanatic. Like, you have to have a little bit of seeing everything through your favorite school's colored glasses. And that's okay, man. That football is supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have an enjoyment level to this. A fan doesn't have to sit there and overanalyze or even analyze everything that happens on game day. My wife doesn't do that. My wife, she consumes content throughout the off season all the time, shows up on game day with this 100% unashamed support and positive outlook for her team. And anytime I get critical of Oklahoma, she's like, what are you doing? Aren't you a fan of that team? Like, she trolls me in the kitchen when I'm not being 100% supportive of the team.
Like the fans do in the comment section?
Like exactly. I get it, like, in my face. It's like she's reading mean tweets. But, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's okay to have this excitement and be delusionally optimistic for your team. Do that. Support them. It's fun. It's fine. This one comes from Brent Chapman. Excited. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid to at least 8 wins. I think this is the trend, Jay. Everybody's feeling like that floor is 8 wins for this team.
I like that. I think of a floor of 8 is a solid number, mainly because you're going to hear in the media over and over and over and over and over and over again that the schedule is really tough. So, of course, every single person is going to believe, all right, well, the schedule being as hard as it is, at most you're going to be able to get, 8 is going to be really just hard to grind out. To me, I don't think that 8 is going to be that hard. I think 11 will be hard. I think 10 is where we could probably sit. 9 should work too. Again, I'm going to repeat over and over to y'all. We're seeing a bunch of new quarterbacks. Teams are still trying to figure out who their starting quarterback is going to be. That, to me, gives you an opportunity, especially if you catch them early, kind of win a lot more games than expected. Heck, y'all, I know a lot of y'all synced that video of Hugh Freeze throwing his hat at a particular quarterback because he didn't want to get rid of the ball. So understand that that ain't the only team that's having some issues or struggles figuring out what the quarterback situation is going to look like. Just know that's not the only one. But I digress. 8's a good number. I think that's a safe number to feel good about. We should have won 9 last year, but we definitely could finish the year easily with double digits.
People act like Oklahoma's never played a tough schedule before. They have. Like, go to the early 2000s, right? The Big 12 was a really good conference.
Gauntlet.
Maybe the dominant conference in college football from like 2000 to 2006 or 7.
Till Saban showed up, you know.
Yeah, till Saban showed up. And they were running roughshod. Like, they were holding up. And who was here for that? Brent Venables was here for that. So I feel pretty okay that they're going to be able to figure it out with a good defense and a good offense. Like you said, Jay, this team was an offense with a pulse away from being an 8 or 9 win team last year. And they have an offense with more than a pulse. This thing is cardiovascularly ready to run a marathon. And so I'm liking where we're headed. Counting Threes says, I don't think I've ever been more excited for a season. This might be a good debate here for next week, is which season does this feel like, or is there a season we've been more excited for in the past? Now, we're a little bit older, so we might have some other seasons that we were more excited for than this season, but we might talk about that. He says anything less than 8-4 is unacceptable. Even 8-4 would have me a little disappointed. It's from Counting Threes, and I think he nailed it from downtown.
Yeah. Definitely, from way downtown, bang on that one, because that is exactly how I felt when I read the person say that 8-4 was the floor. Yeah, I get it. You want to have some realisticness in there to go inside of your sunshine pumping. You want to make sure that you pop a little realist peel or a realist cloud to go into the pump to make sure that it balances out some of the sunshine that's coming through. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of rainy day in there. You got to have that to, like I say, it balances out the feels that you have. But yeah, 8-4 feels just too low for me. I need 9-3. Last year, you could have won 8 games. Give me that additional one to show me you've got an improvement. Mm-hmm. So that gets you to 9. 9-3 to me should be the floor. 10 wins should be your expectation. 11 is what you hope for the most. And, the first post about being undefeated, yeah, baby. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, you feel what you feel, and your feelings are real. From Frozen 2. I don't know if you guys like that one or not, but I mean, everybody's going to feel how they feel about this team. I think still coming out of the 2024 season, there's a lot, and at times myself, depending on the day, because I'm a very emotional roller coaster. Again, my wife will tell you, but
he is an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, this team has a lot going for it going into the season. And a lot of it is because that defense is going to be so stinking good.
So much fun.
And the offense is going to be really good too. And so you can afford a series where the offense maybe doesn't perform or the defense doesn't perform, because there's going to be bounce back performances quarter to quarter, series to series, that consistently, game to game, this thing is going to look like a really, really good product and be a lot of fun. This last one comes from Adam Sanders. He says 10-2 and the playoffs are on the way. Boomer! Ooh. Sooner, Adam.
There you go. I like that, Adam. That's a good feeling there. I'm glad that some fans are starting to jump on that bandwagon of going to 10. And 10, there's been a few people that's proclaimed that Oklahoma's going to shock a lot of folks and that they could end up in the playoffs. I'm kind of leaning more and more that direction. I'm thinking next week we'll probably give our full-fledged predictions as we go into the actual game week. Gosh, I cannot believe we're saying game week.
Week
that
0
is just bananas to me. Week 0 begins. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But yeah, I'm leaning heavily in on that number this year because the confidence level is a lot higher. The offense is competent. It is. When you go, and we got to talk about some of the propaganda that they put out. When you watch some of those videos, like what you're seeing out of it, John, I'm catching all kinds of stuff. I'm just like, oh, we didn't do much of that last year. Mm-hmm. Oh, that looks really good. Oh, he's ready to play now? Just blowing up. So, to me, 10-2, playoffs. If we win 10 games, we're making the playoffs, period. Because, because of all of the built-in... The schedule is so tough, people. Yeah, they better not take that away from us.
Well, if you go 10-2 with any SEC schedule, you're making the playoff.
Yep.
I don't care if you have
Texas schedule we don't,
or Oklahoma's schedule. 10-2 is getting you into the playoffs. 9-3 might. I still question that based on last year. We'll see if the committee reevaluates how they choose playoff teams, but I think 10-2 is a greater possibility. It's 100% a more likely possibility than this team going 7-5 or worse, in my opinion. And that's going to do it for today's episode of Locked On Sooners. Thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the show. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Make sure you follow Jay at Unfair Sports. Go check out his channel, Unfair Sports, over on YouTube, where he has more college football coverage and Oklahoma Sooners coverage for you over there. You can follow me at John 9 Williams and read my work covering the Sooners over at SoonersWire.com. The show is at Locked On Sooners on all of your favorite social media platforms. But until next time, he's Jay Smith. I'm John Williams. We'll talk to you then. Boomer
Sooner. 11-1. Let's go. Get the 11-1 train going.
Choo choo.